Okay, so today I was really thinking, when I think of the new year, what are things I think of? And I do think of Times Square, which we've thoroughly covered in this first year of the podcast.
Yes.
So I was like, I don't want to do Times Square, but I want, like, what do I think of when I think of the like rockin' New Year's Eve? And I think of like all the funny hats that everyone wears. And people tend to be wearing funny Planet Fitness hats because Planet Fitness, while having a sponsorship with the television show The Biggest Loser, took an initiative to sponsor New Year's Rockin' Eve for many years in a row, which is why you would see 8 billion commercials for Planet Fitness and all those purple and yellow Planet Fitness hats. So today, I have a 1-star Yelp review written by Matthew Q for Planet Fitness.
Let's hear it. Isn't Planet Fitness the one that like it's like $1 a month, or it's something like fair? It's not $1, but like it's something very, very cheap.
It is interesting. So Planet Fitness is like a nationwide gym that is traditionally anywhere between $10 a month or $20 a month. And it was one of the first sort of very cheap cost gyms. Yeah. But there are many like similar versions. I don't know which came first, the carton or the egg or the horse or whatever, the chicken or the egg.
Yeah.
But like Retro Fitness, I believe, is very similar. All Access Fitness is very similar.
Oh, interesting.
So Planet Fitness. Yes. Okay.
Glad I know that. And also the purple background is giving me very Planet Fitness vibes. I'm sure that was intentional.
Wait.
What?
I have to make a correction.
Okay.
It's actually not 1 star. Okay.
Okay. So let's hear. So should I segue you in because we were talking about it a lot, or no?
Well, I'll just like correct this in post for when I first say. So today I have a 3-star review. From Yelp, written by Matthew Q for Planet Fitness. Okay, so I'll move that around. Okay. All right. So here we go. Here is Matthew Q's 3-star Yelp review for Planet Fitness.
Can't wait.
LOL, where to start? When I first came here and went to the changing room for the first time, I see is a swing dick. I thought this was a gay gym, so I went downstairs and demanded a refund. 'Cause damn, this can't be an everyday thing. But they insisted this wasn't, so we LOL it off. So a month in, I notice I get looked at. That's like the at symbol.
Okay.
A lot by these hungry looking females. So I'm thinking, damn, I guess the girls in here like working their arms because I'm always on the upper body machines. But I was wrong. See, the name Planet Fitness is only 50% accurate, but it's not a planet for fitness. It's a planet filled with some of the most thirstiest, dehydrated thoughts in a concentrated area. The sexual frustration was real. So I made the George Bush decision in almost getting with on of them until the cloths was off. Perverted story short, I came to the conclusion that 70% of the girls in there got toxic pussies.
Sorry.
They probably wash their coochies in the East River.
Stop it.
If I had stuck my dick in there, it would have spontaneously combusted.
Oh my God.
Also, if you want machines, go there at midnight. Way better.
Oh my friggin' God. Okay, Matthew is giving that other guy, what was his name? The
Pillsbury guy?
No, the OK Cupid guy, a real run for his money.
I forgot his name, man.
Whatever.
Isn't this crazy?
Okay, this is so crazy for so many reasons. Number one, I don't understand some of the words in this review. Am I just like, is that I mean, I just looked up thought because I was like, I feel like I've heard
Oh,
that one. So that's a woman who has many casual sexual encounters or relationships. What is with like the attack on women and also like the dick thing in the dressing room? What was that, a dildo? What was he referencing?
so it does appear just off the bat, Matthew
Right.
Q did not do a spell check.
Obviously.
Right.
Jeez.
So thought, it's funny to me that you didn't know thought, but there's no judgment. Thought,
Well, I thank you.
Planet
I've heard it
Fitness,
before. I've heard it
Planet
before. So
Planet Fitness is a no
right.
judgment zone.
Right.
That's their slogan. Your video went away.
I
Okay,
know.
okay. All right. Thought is an acronym, and it stands for that hoe over
there. Okay.
Which
Yes.
can be any gender. Men are lots of times hoes. You know, non-binary people can be hoes as well.
Well, that's really my biggest complaint with this review. It was like, why are we narrowing in on the women? Why are we attacking the women here? Like all of a sudden the women are thoughts. Like I know some thirsty guys at gyms too. Like,
well, it sounds like Matthew is thirsty.
Yeah, it sounds like, I mean, he carried through with at least one of these women that he's,
Well, I don't know because it says I came to the conclusion that 70% of the girls in there. So is Matthew a mathematician? Like, how did they get the average of 70%? Also, they sort of are very homophobic in the beginning, saying
well, that's what I was asking. What were they saying they saw?
It says the first thing I see is a swing dick. I think they left out
like
that
a swinging
ING.
dick.
That's what I think.
Like somebody has their dick out in the locker room.
In the locker room, which they call a changing room.
Correct.
And then they immediately went downstairs because they thought this was a gay gym. They can't go to a gay gym.
I feel grossed out.
Okay. And then there's just a lot of misspell. Every time the word I is here, unless it's at the beginning of a sentence, it's lowercase.
Yeah. Spelling was terrible.
They use the at symbol twice.
Doesn't bother me as much. Like
yeah,
it is colloquial, but we all know what it means at least. So
yeah, that's an interesting point. Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
It doesn't it's not scholarly review queenie, but it's not like a demerit for me.
Also it says I made the George Bush decision and almost getting with on, but I think they mean getting with one of them until
wait, almost getting with one.
And almost getting with one of them until the cloths, but it should be clothes, and it's only one the was off. Okay. So there's a lot.
So what we're claiming, Matthew, which again I don't think this holds up in a court of law, but what Matthew is claiming is that he went on a date with one of them or whatever it was, or took one of them home. They took their clothes off, and then he was like, "Get out of here, you thought."
I guess. I'm also recognizing here that twice Matthew Q speaks in percentages, saying that Planet Fitness is only 50% accurate.
50% accurate.
And then the conclusion that 70% of the girls got toxic pussies, spelled Pussys. Is that how you would spell pussies? Wouldn't it be IES?
Oh, plural of pussies.
But how do you spell turkeys? Because isn't that YS, turkeys?
No, I think turkey is IES.
Turkeys?
Oh God, I don't know. I don't usually say turkeys.
Because kitties, you would say kitties is IES.
Would be IES.
Puppies, IES. So would
it's probably IES. I don't know. This conversation is making me very uncomfortable.
It's very interesting to me that you can say dick so many times and pussy in that Yelp didn't flag that. I mean, I guess those are not. They're vulgar, but they're not cuss words. But like to just come across this review on Yelp is insane.
Yeah, I mean, you obviously heard my multiple gasps. I even interrupted a little bit, which I apologize for, but I couldn't hold back. And here's where I'm struggling with Matthew Q here, even to give them anything. do we find any value in Matthew's review? Is there anything in here that you're like, okay, good to know?
Well, they say that if you want machines, go there at midnight. It's way better. It's the last statement.
I mean, okay.
The only point is that it's crowded, so go at a late time. Also, I'm thinking maybe like the locker rooms like aren't very private because you can see people.
I just think this is so gross. I hate when like if this was reverse gender and there was a woman that was talking about like a guy's dick smelling like the East River or some shit like that, I would be, I'm not going to say equally offended because I'm a woman. So obviously this hits closer to home, but I would be peeved for sure and think it's inappropriate and crazy. And
Thoroughly.
I'm just, I'm so grossed out. I'm going to try to like go through some of the notes that I made. I mean,
this review
LOL'd it off.
Yeah. Laughed out loud it off. So does
that
mean that the people at the front desk were homophobic as well because they were laughing out loud with them?
I mean, also like, why are we're mixing phrases here? Let's just say laughed it off. Why is it laughed out loud it off?
Oh, good catch.
Why, we, even if it was like we LOL'd, that's, I guess, okay. I don't know. There's something about the LOL'd it off that I'm like, all right.
Also, this review was written 7 years ago and it has not been taken down.
Another thing that I find really interesting.
Yes.
That is crazy. You'd think like someone would have read it and reported it.
There's tons of replies on other reviews.
Really?
Yes.
On other reviews.
Yeah. So they saw it.
Why wouldn't they report this?
I don't know.
It's very easy to report this review. I mean, I almost want to go on and report it myself because there is a sexual conduct or something. There is a category for inappropriate language.
And why is this 3 stars?
That was exactly the point I was just about to make. Why is this 3 stars? Like in order for you to give it a 3-star, which at first, before I found out the truth about Matthew Q, not leaning into the Q for any reason, but before I found out about Matthew Q, I thought, all right, I'm interested. I like a 3-star review. We've talked about this before. It's sort of middle of the road. When I read a 3-star review, I expect to have some positives thrown into the review, a little negative sprinkled in there, but a little enough to make it feel like I needed to take off a couple stars. Something bad happened at this place that I really like. Even if it was just the swinging dick, which I think, again, homophobic, but like if it was just like really like this place, was really enjoying it, then went to the bathroom or changing room and saw a swinging dick, was told it wasn't normal, hope it's not, like still ew, gross, disgusting, but would make sense categorized as a 3-star review. If you're so offended by 50% of Planet Fitness and you don't even want to look at any of the women that are apparently just going gaga over you, which, no offense, Matthew, I kind of doubt. Why are you giving this 3 stars? Sounds like you hate 50% of it.
Well, I was thinking maybe it's 3 stars because this is the only place where Matthew gets attention from women that he deems are not good enough to him. Also, I didn't think the idea of seeing a swinging dick was homophobic. I thought this was a gay gym, so I went downstairs and demanded a refund because damn, this can't be an everyday thing. That was
I thought it was, yes, I agree, but that whole section, like where I was like, I thought it was a dildo. I didn't know what he was talking about, but I did think that he was alluding to something that felt, of course, immediately homophobic to me.
It's all it's interesting. I'm trying to take myself back to 7 years ago. Like, were we culturally in a place where it's like cool to say that? Because I would believe that unless you're an extremist religious person, most straight men know like a lot of women are friends with gay people, so you can't like hate gay people. Like, your women are not going to think that's cool. Like, thankfully, gay people have that going for them.
Don't think Matthew has any level of self-awareness, unfortunately.
Clearly, who leaves this review?
This review
Clearly.
is completely lacking self-awareness. I don't even think it's a time thing. I don't want to give any excuses. Obviously, beyond the fact that you're part of the LGBTQ community, I'm an ally. We both work in entertainment, so I can never really expect that people are going to see the world the way you and I see the world. I don't think 7 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years is an excuse for this kind of bigotry. And not only for this kind of bigotry, but this kind of public declaration of your bigotry as if this is okay. It's not okay, Matthew. I'm not pleased. I hope that in the 7 years since you've written this review, there has been some growth, and I will leave the option open that you can change. But the Matthew that opted to write this review not only is extremely inappropriate, extremely hurtful, and just gross and irksome, you are clogging up the Planet Fitness Yelp. And I really think after this, I'm going to go and report it.
I think it is in that context, it really is so weird. Like, I wonder if Matthew Q would be ashamed of this today. It is like, so. It's such a portrait of a person's viewpoint in life that is so unflattering. Even if you don't like gay people, even if you have an issue with that. But I think we all can understand, like, you can't speak about women like this, especially if you were wanting to have sex with them. Right. Like, what woman is going to read this and then be into that? Like,
yeah,
it's just
I'm not going to
psychoanalyze
Matthew and whether or not he actually wants to have sex with a woman or not. Not going to allude to anything there because that's not really my job. But I just think I'm disappointed.
Okay, so do we think, okay, we've said this spelling grammar is awful. We don't really find much value, maybe the last sentence.
No.
Truthful
shady. It's not funny.
It's hilariously not funny.
No.
So do we think, we don't even think that Matthew's being truthful here because they're saying they've reached this conclusion after almost getting with someone, and then they speak in these percentages.
Right.
But like, how did you reach that mathematical conclusion?
Correct. Don't trust him. No.
So like, I think I could crown this.
I'm going to struggle to crown it because but I will crown Matthew.
I do want to tell before we do, one person has found this useful in the 7 years. Ugh. 3 people have marked it as funny. And one person has marked it as cool.
That's just upsetting. But you know what? It kind of like the only thing that is a little I'm flustered. The only thing that is a little reassuring about that is that it has been there for so long, and I guess only that amount of the populace, is in some agreement with Matthew, which makes me hope that the majority of people who read this are like, WTF?
Literally. All right.
Let's crown Matthew.
So Chelsey and I each have our own set of 1 to 5 crown cards. And in an effort to be fair and not influenced by one another, we will simultaneously reveal our rating.
The queens are tabulating.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Total score.
Where's your crown?
I really thought you might do 0. I thought we were going to have a show first.
Exactly. I really wanted, we're both holding up a half crown. I really wanted to do 0. I don't have a 0 crowns card. After reading Matthew's review, I think maybe I need to make one, quite frankly. Trey's putting back on his New Year's glasses. I think there's no value here. The only reason why I was even able to muster half of a crown for Matthew was because of what you brought up. I guess I roll with the coming after midnight to be able to utilize the machines. I guess you can say there's a tip there. I really, really, really wanted to give Matthew 0 crowns. And if I was his grandmother, I would give him a spanking for sure. I mean, not in a good way, not in like a sexual way.
No, a bad one.
A bad spanking. Anyway, Trey, why did you give Matthew half of a crown?
I did half of a crown because of that final sentence. I do think that as a gay person, there is an inherent sexual energy at a gym. And so if I was a straight man and I was reading this, then like maybe there would be some value to me to think that like, oh, maybe I can like hook up with people. But I don't find Matthew Q to be trustworthy.
Me neither.
So I just said half a crown because if I was similar to Matthew in morals and ethics, then maybe this would be valuable to me at that point. But it has nothing to do with Planet Fitness. It has nothing. There's no value. Like it's just the spelling is atrocious. So for that reason, I did half a crown.
It needs to go. If we had like a review queens equivalent to like Razzies, for worst review ever, I think this would be a nominee for me.
I think it would be a nominee, but I do think ultimately I wouldn't want to honor Matthew any more than I have by putting him on the show.
That's true. Okay. All right. Well, let's take a quick break because clearly I need a breather. And when we come back, we can get into my review, guys.
Ooh, I cannot wait.
Yay. BRB.
Baby, it's